California. Hello and welcome everyone to another exciting edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Joined in the booth with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. This is Kevin Harlan. Kings looking to make the most out of their home court advantage here in Sacramento. And it's going to be the Jazz off the tip. And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Favors plays the 4 with Kanter at the 5. Pairing up in the backcourt, Trey Burke and Alec Burks. And it's Hayward in at the small forward position. And that one's good, Burke. Well, another season and largely the same results for the Sacramento Kings, Steve. Well outside the playoff picture in the West again.
Well, there was hope that with new coach Mike Malone, the team would make strides defensively. I think they did, but statistically they remained among the worst teams in the league. It takes time. You can't expect these changes to take effect right away.
Defensive foul.
Last season, Darren Collison again backing up Chris Paul at point guard, Clark, and like he had in New Orleans, and again had to step in when CP3 went down with injury.
And, you know, Chris Paul joked that Collison might be bad luck for him, but it was really fortunate for the Clippers. They had a quality backup in Collison ready to fill in when Paul went down with the injury.
And Collison playing so well last season, no one's surprised to see him opt out of his deal to become a free agent. You know, tough to leave behind LA, a place he grew up, but he's in another good situation.
Now, here's Kanter. He feeds it to Hayward. To the middle, and stolen by Cousins. And now the Kings, fast break. Collison's got the ball. Gay passes to Collison. About 1 minute into the first quarter. Gay outside, 6 to shoot. And that one's good.
After showing so much promise his rookie season, Collison has been a starter in the past and a backup, and still really entering the prime of his career. We'll see which way his career goes from here, but he's a guy who brings great value, whether he's backing up or starting.
Here's Burke after Rudy Gay's bucket. And here's Burks. 13 feet away. Thompson with the rebound. Collison with it. So, just about 2 minutes into the game. First quarter basketball. And Favors kicks to Hayward. Pass to Kanter. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Yeah, he didn't have to slow down at all, guys. Just perfectly timed pass there. Enes Kanter, originally from Turkey. Some real promise offensively. He scores well on that left block, and he does a nice job on the offensive boards as well. At times, he's even shown the ability to step out and space the floor. It'll be interesting to see how his game develops.
And Kanter not a big leaper or shot blocker, but his strength serves him well defensively.
Yeah, he's a good post defender, Kevin, because of those attributes. He holds his ground and has the length to bother and challenge shots.
Now here's Collison, and stolen by Favors. Collison against Hayward. They set the pick. Here's Burke, and Cousins with the block. Here's McLemore. Second shot opportunity, and Cousins puts it back in. Cousins has got his first 2 points.
But the defense just looked a little lazy on the glass there.
Yeah, nobody boxing out. That's inexcusable.
Burke kicks to Hayward. To the left side wing. Burks. That one falls coming off Burks' feet. Burks has got his first 3 points of the game.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Outside Collison. Here's Cousins. Hits the jumper.
And they're nearly perfect from the floor early on. 4 of their first 5 shots they've drained.
The Jazz have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Here's Burke. Hayward is screen on Collison. Burke dishes to Favors. Kicks it to Hayward. Clock at 6. Gay with the defensive effort. For Sacramento, they've gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Collison, the pass to McLemore. Back to Collison. Trying to find Thompson. He gets it to him. The jump hook. And again, it's Sacramento converting.
Superb assist there. He played the
First quarter. Burke kicks to Cantor with the fadeaway. Again, the Jazz score.
Well, he gets the fadeaway to go. I'd still rather see him go straight up with it.
The Kings have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game. Gay sets the pick for Collison. Thompson outside. Now the dish to Collison. Feeds it to McLemore. Back to Collison. 5 to shoot. Left side Collison. Rebound Utah. And now Utah, fast break. Hayward leading the charge. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, Gordon Hayward unable to reach an agreement on a contract extension with the Utah Jazz last season. So instead, it played out in restricted free agency. A player with a lot of admirers around the league. And a big raise, certainly a given for him.
And for Hayward in a contract year, upping his rebounding and his passing rates, but his shooting numbers did take a dip.
I think that's the key for Hayward's future, Kevin. He's got to be very consistent from the perimeter to become an all-star. He's already such a terrific all-around player, but if he can be really solid from the perimeter and consistent, look out.
Hayward hits them both. Gordon Hayward with an unusual pattern dating back 6 years back and forth. Great three-point shooting one season, and then Clark awful the next.
You know, it's a bit puzzling, Kevin. You look at the numbers from 2009 to 2014. Up and down, up and down. Last season, around just 30%. I'm sure it's a coincidence, but it's a pretty rare one, no doubt. And I'm sure Gordon, with his work ethic, is going to try to smooth that good three-point shooting out and sustain it.
That's good. Burks has got 5 now. And Sacramento has possession. 4-point game. Right side, Collison. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
And for Hayward, his role and responsibilities have steadily increased each season, but his scoring efficiency has steadily dropped in the opposite direction. Is he cut out for the role of primary scorer and shot creator? I think that's the question. You know, the numbers to this point raise some doubts.
And the first one at the line is good.
And for Hayward, Adler and Pass are really good all-around player. But he's been most effective scoring off the ball, whether cutting to the rim or filling the lane in transition.
Collison hits them both.
Darren Collison could be the fastest player in the NBA with the ball in his hands. Westbrook, Parker, obviously in the conversation as well. But, boy, Collison, the son of 2 track stars, he is just explosive.
Now here's Hayward. Dishes to Burke, and there's the feed to Burks. 6 to shoot. Here's Favors, and it's Rudy Gay with the rebound. The Kings trailing. Now here's McLemore. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Cousins with a screen for Collison. Over to the left wing. Now here's Gay. Not a lot of room. And he gets the bucket. It's a tie ball game. And Collison loves to use his quickness at both ends. A blurring transition, Clark. And defensively, he'll hound you for the full 94 feet.
Well, again, we've talked about this before, Kevin. You've got to play to your strengths. He's a little undersized, but as they say, speed kills, and he looks to make the most of his speed.
And the Jazz with possession here. Now Burke, the pass to Cantor. They set the pick. He dishes it to Hayward. To the wing on the left. Just 5 on the clock. And that one's good. Burke.
The lead changes hands once again. There has been no separation between these two teams tonight.
What an intriguing basketball game, that's for sure.
Now here's Collison. He's got 5. Gay outside. McLemore dishes to Gay. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Rudy Gay traded twice in the last couple of seasons. Really, it was his big contract that led to him being dealt, because Gay is a quality player, but the feeling was his production just didn't live up to the cost.
And for Gay, traded from the Raptors to the Kings in December, really, he had one of his best seasons once he was in Sacramento.
And passing better. And Steve, for this season, did a good job of getting to the line.
Yeah, and I think he might have read some of his critics in terms of his game. He's been picked apart in terms of his shot selection and that sort of thing. So, that efficiency was exactly what a lot of people have been clamoring for.
No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also.
I didn't expect that result when he stepped up there. I'll bet he didn't either, as good a foul shooter as he is.
Nice ball movement by Utah. Cousins against Hayward. Shoots from 12. And again, it's Utah.
Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
The Kings trail by 4. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
I was able to talk with Quinn Snyder for a moment. He told me he's wary about how they'll contend with DeMarcus Cousins inside. He said he's a beast in there, no doubt about it. Size, length, strength, and a ton of skill. The talent is really off the charts with him. And guys, he knows it won't be easy to muscle Cousins away from the rim, but he said that's what they've got to find a way to do. It won't be easy.
Thanks again, Doris. And Hayward gets it to go.
The pick wasn't ultra effective, but it got him just enough room for the score.
The Kings have gotten 7 of their first 10 attempts to fall so far. Excellent pace to their offense. Collison, the pass to Cousins. Collison kicks to Gay. Landry, a screen on Hayward. 6 on the shot clock. Gay can't hit.
Well, with that much space off the pick, you've got to drop that in.
Yeah, you got to make that one. I mean, that's a high-quality shot you should make 9 out of 10 times.
Great defensive anticipation there to challenge that shooter.
McLemore dishes to Collison. He kicks to Cousins. Good, and the assist goes to Collison. Collison's got his 4th assist in this one.
Both teams on fire right from the opening tip.
Pedal to the throttle, Steve, just like we like it.
Now here's Burke. He's got 5. Pass to Burks. He feeds it to Booker. Cousins with the block. Now here's McLemore. Burks covering. Outside Collison. Back to Cousins. Over to the left wing. And here's Gay outside. And it's Gay again missing. Utah leading. And here is Burke. And Booker kicks to Burke. Pass to Novak. Feeds to Burke. There's the dish to Novak. Pass to Burke. Over to the wing. A shot by Hayward. Wide open from outside off the mark. Sacramento's gone 1 or 2 from long range in the first quarter. Collison, the pass to McLemore. Gay outside. Back to Collison. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Carl Landry parlayed a strong season with the Warriors in 2013 into a 4-year deal with the Sacramento Kings. He missed the first half of the season with a hip injury, but when healthy, he's instant offense.
And Landry, an efficient scorer throughout his career, has a knack for finding angles to finish inside over bigger defenders. And Has that terrific pump fake that he uses to create openings and work himself to the line.
Some changes for Sacramento. Williams, he's checked in for Cousins. Stauskas comes in for Rudy Gay. And it's McCallum in for McLemore. Utah also making some changes. Jeremy Evans checks in for Hayward. Hood comes in for Alec Burks. And it's Exum in for Trey Burke. And Landry, reliable at the free throw line, a good shooter overall with range out to about 20 feet.
And he's working to add that three-pointer to his game as well, Kevin. Those corner threes, the shortest ones you can take, I think that would add to his arsenal tremendously. Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
Yeah, and even though it's early, I mean, that's a great sign for them for the rest of the game.
It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. And there's the pass to Hood. 55 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Exum sets a screen for Evans. Here's Hood. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yeah, I thought so too, Clark.
Collison dishes to Landry. Pass to Stauskas for three. Good, and the assist goes to Collison. Collison's got his 5th assist in this one.
D there, guys, was pretty much non-existent. I mean, you can't leave a good shooter like that open.
For him. Hood kicks to Booker. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot two.
Well, at least the defender got his money's worth on that one.
Yep, that was an easy whistle for the official.
The Jazz have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight.
Well, they were 75% free throw shooting a season ago.
Yeah, as a group, really a dismal year for them from the line last season, guys.
First free throw is good. Sacramento making a switch here. Hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line.
And already we've got a very lopsided edge on the boards for them.
Yep, +5 in rebounds. That didn't take long.
The shot's good from Ellington.
Those are what we call confidence building blocks.
Here's Exum. Can't get it to go. And we reach the end of the first quarter. The Kings on top as they wrap up the first quarter with a massive 16-7 run. Live from Sacramento, you're watching 2K Sports. And we welcome you back. Glad to have you with us as more basketball is on the way. During the break, the players getting refueled with Gatorade. They're looking amped up and ready to get going once again. And looking at what we've seen from Sacramento so far, guys, what do you think?
Now the key has been the rebounding department. This club dominating the paint area. And if this continues, they'll be in great shape.
Well, they've done two things. They've limited second chances, and they've been able to flex their muscle down low.
Kings leading now by 5.
Well, the Jazz really struggled last season. Maybe the worst defensive team in the league, and they weren't a lot better offensively. Some of that you have to attribute to youth. And quite honestly, it's impressive they were able to win as many games as they did under the circumstances.
On the floor for Utah, getting going here in the second quarter. Exum is out there with Hood. Then there's Favors. Then there's Steve Novak. And it's Evans in at the power forward position. And you look at the free throw attempts for the Jazz. Steve, last season, their lowest number in decades.
Well, driving inside and getting to the line, normally a staple for Jazz teams in years past. So you have to think that they're looking to get back to that this season.
That one is no good. Well, the Jazz are two young, talented big men in Derek Favors and Enes Kanter. The question has been, can they play together?
I think you've got to give it more time to see if, in fact, they can play together, because ideally they would be a formidable duo, particularly at the defensive end and on the glass. And you don't want to give up on that possibility at this point in time. In today's NBA, you got to have some spacing to be effective, so you've got to add some shooting if those two guys are going to be effective together.
Sacramento leading by 3. Here's McCallum. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. From 15 feet away, and he drops that one in.
And guys, Enes Kanter, coming into the NBA as a player who could score inside and out. He's still looking for consistency in his jump shot. If he can hit the mid-range jumper consistently, that should help him and Favors share time on the court.
There's Exum after the Kings pick up 2. Hood kicks to Exum. A 3-ball. Count the bucket. Exum's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Looked like there was a little confusion there as to who was supposed to be guarding him.
And for the Jazz, as last season wore on, more and more they started alternating Favors and Kanter to minimize their court time together. That wasn't the initial idea. They were actually hoping to be able to play those guys together, and I still think they've got to continue to try to pursue that goal. And we'll see if they can mesh better on the court with the passing of time.
Now, here's Exum. Exum with it. He's against Williams. Exum's shot is off.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
And Derek Favors picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
And another foul would give him 3 before the half, something to keep our eyes on.
Kanter, he's checked in for the Jazz. Two minutes now played in the second quarter. Williams sets a screen for Thompson to the left wing. Ellington the pass to Stauskas. 6 to shoot. A runner. Tries again. Oh, it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might well tell the story in this one.
And that should tilt things toward them. I mean, they've been winning that battle.
Rudy Gay's checked in for Stauskas. And Utah also making a switch. Hayward's checked in. Jazz trail by 4. Exum dishes to Favors. Kicks it to Hayward. Favors with the screen. Pass to Hood. The feed to Favors. Williams with the steal. Gay left side. Dishes it to McCallum. He kicks to Williams. And he takes it down.
The defense that time was just content to stay out of the way. I mean, no resistance at all. They let him do exactly what he wanted to right there.
Steve, no one looked too anxious to take him on.
No, guys, I think that speaks to his strength and his agility. I mean, he's not a guy you want to stand in the way of as a defender.
So it's Utah now. Sacramento making their last shot. Hayward kicks to Exum for the 3. Good on the shot. Exum's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Jazz.
They're shooting the ball extremely well right now. They're looking at that three-point shot as a way to get some extra offense and really continue to fortify their momentum.
Dante Exum, a long, athletic combo guard out of Australia. His father came from the U.S. He was a teammate at North Carolina with Michael Jordan and then went to Australia to play professionally for a number of years. That's why Dante grew up down under.
And a chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Gentlemen, Rudy Gay is having trouble getting a driver's license. After refusing to wear contact lenses for years, he finally relented and had surgery. His vision has improved, it gave him a confidence boost, and Kevin, we'll see if it continues to yield dividends.
It can only help, thanks, Doris. Here is Hayward after the Kings pick up 2. Exum kicks to Cantor. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And Dante Exum entering the NBA directly out of high school. He led his team to the national title in Australia in mid-January.
It's a slightly different season schedule in Australia, so he spent about 6 months in the U.S. training for the NBA, basically working on his shot and putting the finishing touches on his still very green game.
That's good from Cantor.
Enes Kanter was the 3rd overall pick back in 2011, drafted out of Kentucky, where he actually never played a game there due to ineligibility. But he was a bit of a gamble because of that. I'm not sure he's completely delivered on those lofty expectations yet.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Derek Williams, and it's Ben McLemore in for Wayne Ellington. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. And for Kanter last season, Clark, a big uptick in minutes, but his productivity actually regressed somewhat.
Well, Kevin, the shooting percentages went down, as did his blocks and steals. But remember now, he's only 22 years old, and it's not always a straight line of progression for players. There are occasional detours before you bounce back up to that next plateau.
And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play.
What a play, the hoop plus the harm.
Excellent concentration on the finish. That's big time.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Sacramento.
And right from the start, guys, it's apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
Also, what passing we've seen from them here early. I mean, there could be a big number in the assist column if this keeps up.
Jason Thompson, 6'11", out of Rider College. Not a big-time program, but he was well known coming out of that school because of his ability and his size. He's proven to be a pretty solid NBA player, very well-rounded game.
Jazz trail by 6. Feeds to Burke. He dishes it to Burks. Shot clock at 6. Inside to Favors. Burks, defense right on him. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play. And Jason Thompson able to step outside and hit a jump shot from time to time.
Yeah, and he's a good, solid shooter and scorer, Kevin. Not a great free throw shooter, though, but he does finish inside. I liked him. I liked him at Rider, and I like what I've seen of him so far in the pro.
Alec Burks, really known as a slasher coming into the NBA out of Colorado. His outside shooting was questioned, but he's put in the work, and he's become a solid 3-point shooter. Still young, he's only going to get better and better.
Here's McCallum. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Thompson sets the pick for McLemore. Nobody near Gay. Sacramento again missing. Jazz trail by 3. And Burke at 6'6", good quickness and ball handling ability, Clark, and he can play points in a pinch.
And you know, Kevin, the Jazz asked him to play there at times in the past. Combo guard skills with legit shooting guard size. That's a lethal package.
From deep, McLemore, and Kanter pulls it down. Kanter's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Here's Burks, and that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
What a play, the hoop plus the harm.
Excellent concentration on the finish. That's big time.
Well, Trey Burke and Alec Burks, the Burks. And coach, try saying that fast 5 times.
I will not. That is indeed a bit of a tongue twister. But you know, Kevin, these two have a chance to make a pretty special backcourt tandem. Both are really exceptional ball handlers, and I like Alec Burks' ability to attack the rim and finish creatively. And you know, Trey Burke showed in his rookie year that he can shoot it from deep and knows how to run a team effectively.
Jazz have gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second, 5 of 10. And it's Hayward. That time on the assist by Burke. Hayward's got 8 points.
Yeah, not just an everyday finish. He put a little pizzazz on that one, guys.
So the Kings call timeout, their first.
Well, you talk about Burks' ability to finish around the rim. A great athlete. They say he added about 6 inches to his vertical leap training with his teammates in Santa Barbara.
Darren Collison, he's checked in for Sacramento. Sacramento's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. He feeds it to Cousins. Hits the front of the rim and out.
And with Burke, how to play defense effectively and efficiently, but already he's a pretty good rebounder from the guard spot.
The Kings trailing. Outside Collison. The dish to Cousins. McLemore with the ball. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Sacramento again missing. Utah's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Here's Burks. It's good. The assist that time from Burks. Burks got 4 assists in the game.
They're hovering around 50% for the game in three-pointers. That's pretty good, but they've really elevated here in the second quarter.
Now here's Collison. He has 7. Here's Gay, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's going to go on Alec Burks.
Rudy Gay is listed at 6'8", but he has a 7'3" wingspan and tremendous athleticism. That really helps him defensively, both on the perimeter and inside, where he contributes on the glass and blocking shots.
As you talk about Rudy Gay's size and athleticism, you know, Steve, he can play small ball 4 in a pinch.
Yeah, and it also enables him to get that jump shot off over pretty much anybody. So if he's spaced and he's playing at a 4 and he can get that jumper off, now he's got the ability to drive past you because the floor is opened up. So it's very interesting when he's placed at that 4 position.
Carl Landry's checked in for Sacramento. And Utah with a change here, too. Trevor Booker, he's checked in now for Derek Favors. And since the new ownership group took over, the Kings have been one of the most proactive teams in the league, looking for trades and trying to reshape the roster.
Well, they're looking to make moves to climb out of the cellar in the Western Conference. Highly motivated and really looking to shake things up. They traded for upside, acquiring Derek Williams and Rudy Gay, adding some athleticism and scoring ability in those 2 guys.
Now here's Collison. Here's Cousins. Missed it, even after all those chances. Now here's Burks. He's covered by Collison. Burks can't get it to go.
And for the Kings, interesting that they traded away Tyreke Evans, but then traded for Rudy Gay. Gay 3 years older and with a much larger salary, but of course he's a better perimeter shooter. So I think the thinking was he was a better fit for the team. The more touches he gets, the more this lead will grow.
Cousins, the pass to Gay. Collison dishes to Cousins. Takes it from 10. The shot's good. Collison making the play. And it's 8 points for DeMarcus Cousins.
And for the Kings, you know, they've got some big money veteran pieces, a lot of guys that can put the ball in the basket, but defensively is where they've struggled. Unless Coach Malone can get them to defend at a higher level, they're going to continue to struggle. I think that's guaranteed. Offense isn't enough to win consistently.
Outside Collison. Cousins with a screen for Collison. Up top, Cousins. Cousins with a screen on Hayward. The kick out to Collison. Clock at 4. A three-pointer is right on target. Collison's got 10.
The defenders need to talk to each other. The communication lacking there on that three-pointer.
Burke kicks to Cantor. To the paint. Burks' shot is good. Burks has got 13 points now in the quarter.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening, Steve.
No, it's off the charts. It really is. And defensively, I mean, they have to start shutting down some of those lanes to the hoop.
Now here's Collison. He's got 10, and the basket good. And that's now 10 points here for Cousins.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
Burke, the pass to Cantor. Kicks to Hayward. Pass to Cantor. Now the feed to Burks. It's good from long range. Burks has got the lead up to 5 now for the Jazz.
A large part of what they've been able to do here is centered around his offense.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. There was a time when the Kings were one of the powerhouses out of the West, but they've been stuck at the bottom for almost a decade now.
Well, in the Western Conference, Kevin, it's hard to get out of the doldrums. The Kings just haven't quite been able to match up with the top teams out that way.
And the Kings making a change here. Stauskas is checked in. .125 left to play here in the half. Now here's Collison. Stauskas kicks to Landry. Here's Collison. Utah with the rebound.
Seemingly, though, the Kings did find some pieces to build around this last season, even as they ended third to last in the conference.
And Cousins comes over to help. Pass to Novak. Dishes it to Burke. And Utah again with the bucket.
And their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second quarter.
Well, the lead being maintained will not be a problem if they keep shooting the way they have so far.
Now here's Collison. 10 points for him. Pass to Stauskas. Shoots the 3. Here's Cousins. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Cousins has got 6 here in this quarter. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Now Burke. He has 7. Booker dishes to Burks. He's feeling it. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Burks has got 23.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts.
Right side, Collison. Collison with another miss.
And the defense did just enough to throw him off that shot.
And that concludes the first half. Jazz lead by 7. Live from Sacramento, you're watching 2K Sports. And the third quarter about ready to get underway.
Terrific game for Burks. He has 23 points, and the three-pointers have been dropping for him. He's got 3 of them.
Well, as long as he's continuing to make them, I think they should make him more of a focal point of this offense.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the court for Sacramento. Up front it's Thompson and Cousins. McLemore is out there with Collison. And it's Gay in at the 3.
Tell you what, he is so difficult to guard, especially on a shot like that one.
Jazz leading by 5.
Well, Ben McLemore seen as perhaps a steal when the Kings selected him 7th overall in last year's draft, but His rookie season was a colossal disappointment, defensively and offensively. He really struggled to contribute.
Now here's Hayward. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Burks. The three-pointer, no good. The Kings shooting 51% from the field. They'll take that. A drive by Collison, and Favors with the block. Second half just getting started. About a minute played. Burke kicks to Hayward. Feeds it to Burke. Cantor, the pass to Burke. This one for 3. It's rebounded by McLemore. McLemore's got 4 rebounds in this game. And McLemore, an excellent shooter in one season that he had at Kansas.
And you combine that with his athleticism, Kevin, and he's got tremendous upside. That's why he was so highly regarded as a prospect.
Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Guys, Kings head coach Mike Malone, a demanding, defensive-minded coach. Some might fear that he'd rub his team the wrong way, but star big man DeMarcus Cousins loves his approach.